Alright, video 2 of the guide here. I said I would show how to get track medals, and I am. A quick thank you to the person who lent me their account for this debut, or for this demonstration, because I have all the track medals here, and that wouldn't have been exactly effective. So, I had to find someone on my friends list who was willing to let me log into their account, who had no track medals. Really of any kind, I realized looking at the ratings page. They don't even have a bronze rating. They're actually they're still at beginner. So probably won't get any benefit out of this. But anyways, I'm going to show you how to do the quick, easy way of getting track medals. It's going to take 4 laps, and that's it. You can make it less by putting it in the rain, but there's a reason for that. The rain leads it to a bigger chance of mistake. So personally, I suggest this method of a dry track and getting 4 laps in. So here we go. Let's get on with this. So first up, I'm going to load up my setup that I want, which is going to be the... Let's see here. Do I get my setup? I do! Cool. Okay. So we're going to put in my Zandvoort setup, which isn't amazing. I would like to disclaimer here real quick that this is not an example of how to race this track. This is a track that I'm not very good at. You set the rating practice info to track competence, pardon me. Go back. Okay. Let's drive. Here we go. Turn car on. Get it rolling. I should have used that as an example of the how to do the turn on of the car, because some people are having trouble. Now I'm going to intentionally screw up here to demonstrate as soon as I get to a semi-safe spot to do it. Here we go. So if I bop up over here, you see how the upper right hand corner, the box went red. That's because I went off the track and invalidated the lap. Now I'm back to square one. Now the boxes up there will fill up with green as I go on. Now, I shouldn't have broke there earlier. That was a mistake. But also, I'm showing off the new HWA Race Labs car, which I think looks quite snazzy. It's one of the new cars that came in with the last update, along with the new WRT cars for Belgian Auto Club Audi, or Belgian Audi Auto Club WRT Audis, and also a new Lamborghini for the Barwell team. So more of the 2020 stuff coming in. So you can see there that the upper right hand corner has gray boxes that are turning green. That's how far I progressed on the lap, and it's telling me what I need there. So I need to race 1 clean lap to get the first medal. Easy enough. It's just going to basically be to the point where I went off the track there earlier, because it's not finish line to finish line. It's just going through the entire lap, which is nice. It means that if you screw up, then you don't necessarily have to get around to the start-finish line to start again, basically. You can just start again right after the off. So that's nice. So we should be about 1 medal in here when we get around the next turn. Roughly. Depends on where it said I was in control and on the pace. So we're about to find out where my air quote start finish line is. There it is. There's medal number 1. So now we're on to medal number 2. A little bit weird that it hasn't changed over yet. Maybe it'll do it when I hit the finish line. But anyways, the next medal is going to be 2 laps. You can kind of see where this is going. Just progressively gets more and more laps. Now, what is important, though, is that first lap I did counts towards all 3 medals. Meaning that I only have to do 4 total laps. The third medal goes up by an increment of 2 laps instead of just 1. A little bit weird that it still hasn't given me that medal. Come on, give me the medal. Give me the medal. Or, well, don't give me the medal. I already have the medal, but give the person that I'm getting the medal for the medal. There we go. And that brings the track rating up to 52 from 48. And we're approaching the end of the second lap here. Personal best lap of a 141. That is not a good lap, it should be mentioned. Generally can do 137s around this track. But the idea here isn't necessarily to do your fastest laps. It's just to be clean and precise. If there's a spot on the track where you struggle to go as fast as you can, then don't do it when you're doing track medals. Keep it in control. Keep it legal. You can't crawl around here. I should have shown an example of that on the first lap so that this video wouldn't get really long. But just take my word for it, I guess. If you go too slow, it doesn't... you can see how there is the find a comfortable pace and stay in control of the car. You won't get the comfortable pace if you're going too slow. So you couldn't just stick the pit limiter on and go around the track or whatever. And get the medals that way. Also would take a really long time. But you can see this is not terribly hard. Just stay in control of the car. Don't push too hard. And you're good to go. And now we're on to the third medal here, which I need to drive 4 clean laps, so 2 more. And I'll have it. That's a bit of a better lap, but still not very good. Track rating's up to 55. So getting about 3 points per medal. 3 or 4 points. As time goes on, I imagine that'll become less and less as there are more medals to be gathered. Because they're going to add, in the near future, there's supposed to be the British tracks coming, and at some point I'm hoping the American tracks come from the SRO series. Because it would be pretty cool to race some of those tracks. We do already have Laguna Seca in the game, but that's just because of the IGT content. Hopefully we get another IGT pack also. It would be nice, because that'll have some... I mean, I guess it wouldn't really serve much of a point, because I think 3 out of the 4 IGT tracks are the exact same. I think it's just the American one that has changed. So it'd be like a 1-track thing. Although some more liveries would be cool. Maybe get that as a freebie. That'd be cool. So we're almost done here. I can see that the bar is almost all green. I've completed 3 out of 4 laps. So just 1 final bit to go. And I am down to the sub 140, so we're at an okay lap. Not amazing. I'm not thinking I'm going to get a great result on Sunday at this track, but it is what it is. A little bit of curb there. You see, I'm staying largely off the curbs here, because that may cause you to lose control and then invalidate your lap. So even on tracks where you want to use the curbs, I kind of stay away from them if my goal is just to get track medals. There we go. Now I just need to get to the finish line, and I will have all 3 track medals. I think even now you could screw up and it would still give you the medals, but I've never tried it. So there is that. And again, this is not a guide to like Zandvoort or anything. It just so happens this is the track that's coming up. Honestly, if there was a track you wanted to learn from me on, it's not Zandvoort. It'd be something that I'm actually like somewhat good at. Which is not really any track we've gone to so far, to be honest, in the Sunday GT Challenge series. But round 4 this weekend, so that's going to be all kinds of fun. And there we are. All the medals have been scored, and at this point, you would be allowed to participate in our GT Challenge series. So, I mean, what did that take? I've been recording for a little over 10 minutes. So, yeah, you can do this in 10 minutes. It's not a problem. I would do this not the day of the race, I must say, because a lot of people have been doing it like day of race. That, I think, is silly. But, it is what it is, I suppose. So that is, and this is a good way of practicing just in general for any race. This is not just a track medal thing. This was like specifically track medals, but like from this point onwards, I'd be trying to push it. I'd be taking a little bit more curb. I'd be trying to be a little bit more aggressive. I'd be tuning the setup a bit. Like for example, if I go to the pits now, return to garage, setup, current setup. So let's see here. Looking at my PSIs here, 27.4, 27.1, 27.2, 27.3. So everything needs to go up a little pinch, maybe like a half PSI all around. And so, you know, I'll even do that. Let's go up a half PSI. So 27.3, 27.7, or 26.7. There we go. We'll see how that goes. And that would be really about it. So, thank you for enjoying part 2. Part 3 is next up, where I'm going to do a practice race against the AI. And just kind of try to show off everything that exists. Just a full use of the HUD. Using it to, if not its maximum capability, at least as far as I'll go. And at this point, I would probably swap the HUD over to auto again. So confirm. There we go. And I should probably have episode 3 out tomorrow. So, or part 3 out tomorrow. And part 4 and 5, I think, are just going to be car breakdowns. GT3 and then GT4 once I get a handle on it. So part 5 might be like quite a ways down the road. I've done one track worth with all the GT4s. I could say that so far, the Mercedes is probably the strongest for me, with also the Aston Martin, the Porsche, and the Alpine doing quite well. And then on the like bad side, the Maserati is not going to work for me because no ABS brakes, plus my driving style. It's a terrible plan. So yeah. Probably just not that one. Everything else I think is still in play. So that'll be interesting. That'll be fun. Have a good day and tune in for the next one. And also enjoy the upcoming ESR multi-class tomorrow. And also we've got the ESR GT Challenge on Sunday. So if you want to join, check us out on the Discord. And there's room in both still. So there is that.